an hour or two. The kind that you can use to clean a gun pretty good is perfect for that.
Yeah, just gotta actually do it. What's the problem?
Yeah.
Oh, well, yes.
Alex speaks.
Okay. 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 Oh, you want to do a Hot Springs episode? Okay. All right. Do a Hot Springs episode. And yes, so let me quickly redo literally all of today's session real quick. Okay, cool, done. Fuck you guys. No, it's a personal dream of mine. All right, let me. I wish I could let you guys move through these tower floors. There we go. All right, problem solved. Oh, I forgot you guys drew a fucking rabbit up here. God damn it.
And a kitty.
Oh god, I deleted I don't remember what that symbol was. No. All right, hang on. Let me find it in here. I've got it somewhere.
So has anyone actually called Alex? No, I see it. I see.
He said he was on his way, which I believe to an extent.
Yeah, I saw the Skype message. So he's coming.
Mm-hmm.
When he's coming. It's only like we've been planning this for like an hour.
That one. That one. There you go.
Sorry. 4. Sorry.
Weird.
4.
Yeah, I have a bunch of sigils and stuff like whatever foreign concept this is supposed to represent. There. This is now coffee magic. Technical issues. Oh, weird. Mm-hmm. Do witches live in Philadelphia?
Not since the 17th century.
Dustin. It's problem solved.
Yep.
Ugh. Deleting my fucking symbols. All right, hang on. I at least remember what that one was. Yeah, because they're around this. Because they're alchemical symbols. They're from the 1400s.
To me, for me, IRL.
Now, follow the instructions.
I was like, you mean to tell me I'm gonna live forever?
Oh,
Is it
someone
him?
just joined.
Is it
Alex?
really him?
Check. All right.
Hey, it works.
I am back.
It works, unlike Alex's watch.
Hey now. All right. I had technical issues. I did fuck with Discord for like 5.5 minutes straight. I don't know what the fuck is up with it. I guess I'm not the only one though. Oh jeez. Jesus. Well, fucking
It's
A,
funny
man.
how, as this program gets more features, it becomes increasingly like Skype.
Yeah. Yeah. Just about. Well,
I mean, I
that's
still like it way better than Skype. I wish everything was just Discord, but I don't know.
yeah. I feel it. I feel you though.
It hasn't given me an issue that I couldn't solve by turning it off and on again,
Yeah.
which I'm actually
I've
able
had
to
to-
do, unlike Skype.
Yeah, I've had to reinstall once or twice for sure, but at the moment, I think I'm back to stable again. At least on the phone. The computer one, I don't know. I had a Windows update, and then all of a sudden, the computer decided that it didn't want to talk to my headphones, or maybe something else. Yeah.
It's
Okay.
it was the yeah,
Oh,
Creators
God.
Update redid the way Windows interprets sound to make the
Oh.
way for spatial audio.
Lovely.
And while spatial audio is great and I love it,
Yeah, but
for certain things. You can turn it on for regular stuff. I've been playing Subnautica with spatial audio, and it makes me piss myself.
Sorry, but people are talking in the house now. Yeah, no, I feel you though. It's as long as I know what it was and it's not something that's going to continue to fuck up. It seems to be working
no.
now,
They changed the way that Windows parses audio.
Oh, there you go. Nice.
What's going on, my friend?
He's like, ah! Oh, jeez, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like World War II.
Yeah, it's fucking
bombing.
Sweet. It's fucking sweet. I actually really like that change. But the problem is the game is so poorly mixed sound-wise that like there's just so much there's too much contrast between the loudest noise and the quietest.
Oh god, yeah, I hate that. That's the biggest problem I have with like.
I have to have my settings on high to hear these footsteps, because otherwise you just get completely surprised and you die. But I can't. Then I also lose my hearing when the fucking bombs are going off.
Realistic, I suppose, but not really desirable.
Yeah, not desirable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. Selective realism, for sure. Oh, well, that's always fun. Well, I mean, I don't know. Sound mixing has been an issue with almost every form of media I've ever encountered. I am not very sensitive to voice. Well, I'm not very sensitive to voice. So, like, I can't understand what people are saying on shows a lot. So I have to put on subtitles because they're speaking too quietly on everything. And or like if I do anything but like totally focus, I just will miss entirely what they're saying. So, and then people are like, why you got subtitles on for everything? Are you deaf? And I'm like, no, I can hear everything else just fine. I just can't interpret the voices very well unless they're speaking really loudly. And then like a commercial comes on and blows my eardrums out. So I just do subtitles now. So. Right? It just clutters the soundscape. Yeah. Oh well. At the end of the day, at least I can hear you guys okay now, and that's the important part. So, what happening? What are we doing? Where are we at?
So
we
do
were
I need to
discussing
do the recap, or does everyone remember what happened? Not much happened last time, so I hope I don't need to
Oh,
actually.
I remember what happened last session. Yeah. I meant like, what are we doing right now? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't want to say pleasantly surprised. I'm just surprised. We'll hold off on strong adjectives like pleasant for a couple more minutes until I get a better handle on the situation here.
Probably the right call, to be honest. I don't. Does that even make sense?
No, I don't think that makes sense at all.
Yeah, I don't. Gotcha. Okay.
Also, Steve, I don't know if you saw what I said earlier, but you can get Publix chicken tender subs tossed in spicy Chick-fil-A sauce now.
Well,
It's because it's called Boar's Head Gold Sauce. They just copied the sauce and then made it like a little spicier, so it's kind of like a hot sauce a little bit.
Huh. It sounds like cheating, but hey, I'll go for it.
It's white people spicy, so it's not even.
Also,
Spicy.
Desiree just walked up with her mouth completely full of water, like chipmunk cheek bulging, and just stared intently at me. And like no words, no noises, just stared into my eyes deeply for a moment.
That's because Desiree is hilarious and amazing.
She's a weird kid, man. I don't know.
I don't want to grade things.
You need to marry that one, Thomas.
Yeah, you're right. I should marry her.
You flinched, man.
She's prolonging the time between when she has to grade stuff for school, which is what she. Why did you throw a sock at my face?
It didn't mean to hit your face.
It hit me straight in the face.
The first one hit your shoulder, and I thought I aimed in the same spot. Apparently, I'm bad aim.
There, that's what you get.
Yeah, but it's his cum sock, so
Also,
it's really like sharp and jagged.
Damn it. Stop it.
What?
Trying to give you a hug, you
Yeah,
asshole.
and I want to grab your boobs.
Hey, Daz, I'll give you a hug and just grab your ass, alright? I'm not as big an asshole as Thomas.
She just came over and belched into the microphone. I don't know if you guys are privy to that, but
Oh yeah, a little bit.
okay.
I thought that was from her
Anyway.
vagina.
I mean, listen. It's recorded for all eternity. What I have to fucking deal with every day. All right.
Yeah, right. That's fair. That's fair. Hey, positive news. Oh, go ahead. Positive news. I can now get the Roll20 website to work on my new tablet too. So that's
Hey,
nice.
cool.
It's not the best interface in the world, but it's a decent backup. So
Yeah, it's an okay interface. Yeah.
Oh, do we refresh action points after we level up, or I forget when we get action points back?
I forgot we have action.
I forgot that I have them only because I used all mine and not die like 4 sessions.
Pretty sure it's when you level. Let me double check before I just blurt it out. But
Mhm.
action points.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't say in there. It is. Let me check my notes because I know it's one per level, but I want to.
Yeah, if
It's
I
one per
was to
level.
guess.
Okay, easy enough to find.
Oh, you get 1 action point back per level?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the total is what, half level around the down, it seems like? Because my total right now is listed as 2, which would have made sense for last level. Or like my maximum, I guess you would say.
I know. It's half your level rounded down.
Okay, it
Action
is. All right,
points.
so it goes to 3 for us then, since we just did 6.
Yeah, it
Cool.
goes to 3 now. You have 3 action points.
All right. Then that was the last thing I needed. I think I am all done with leveling up and everything, so I should be good to go. Gotcha.
Did
I
anybody
have-
else do anything major of note?
Not really as far as leveling. I don't even remember what class feature I got. Oh, wholeness of body. I can heal myself like once per long rest now. That's it.
Oh yeah,
nice.
yeah, wholeness of body.
Yes, they are. I kept
Oh,
thinking
that's
they
right.
were
Okay,
last
that's
time.
that's
There
actually
they
a
are
big
now.
deal because of how many things, especially in this campaign, which is something we'll talk about later as well. In this campaign, are resistant to non-magic attacks.
Yeah. So
Uh,
that's going to be extremely helpful. Granted, right now I'm mostly stabbing things with the pillar, but I do need to actually punch and kick stuff occasionally to do like.
Well, your
stuns
flurry
and whatnot.
follow-ups are like at least 45% of your damage most of the time.
That's true. That's true. And I mean, I'm
How
getting
many
to
are
the
we
point where I
supposed to
have what?
The action points, because like every wiki thing I see says like 5 plus half your current level.
That's a whole different sort of action points there.
That's
This
a different
one
kind of
is-
action points.
Yeah, these are we get one every time we level up to a maximum equal to half our maximum class level rounded down. I used all mine, so I've got a cap of 3 and a current total of 1.
So
I
and
don't know
action
if you guys
points
used all yours
refresh
yet.
to your full value after you level up.
Oh, they do refresh the full value. Okay, so I
They
should
refresh to the
have 3
full
out of 3
value, so
then.
you can. Everyone has 3 action points.
So
Why can't I delete these?
if I roll a 14, then I use an action point and roll a 6. Does that make it a crit?
No, because it's adding an extra die. It would be like adding an extra proficiency bonus, so it wouldn't be a nat.
Darn.
There we go. The field is weird. I had to highlight the numbers in order to overwrite them. I couldn't delete them.
What if I crit the action die? It's a natural.
But it's a natural on a D6.
Right? If you roll a 20 on a D6, then I'm impressed already.
Yeah, if you roll a 20 on a D6, then that's different. Then there's special stuff for that.
Oh, that's easy.
It's called filthy cheating. Now, yeah. Let me find where I listed the details on my sheet.
You can just go to the
Pretty
compendium and
much.
type in monk or wholeness of body, and it'll pop up.
No, I got it here. All right, so I can heal 3 times my monk level, once per long rest, with 1 key point.
Can you guys all here? Let me do this. Can you guys see it when I do this?
Yep.
Yeah,
Hey, look at that. So now you can see everything that the
Hey.
monk does. See? Isn't that cool?
that
You
is
can
pretty
scroll
cool.
down to
That's fine because
yeah, but it still shows
Yeah.
wholeness of body down here, and it's good for like if you need to look at the leveling chart real quick and be like, hey, there it is. It's over here. 6 level.
oh yeah, you're right. Just an action. Okay, cool.
I didn't.
I listed it
don't think
wrong.
I
Then.
saw
All right, I'll fix
anything.
that. But yeah, so right now it'd be 9 hit points back.
Hey,
Mhm.
Thomas, want to move my character
No,
into
I'm
the
only.
character
Oh
spot?
wait, no, 6. Yeah, you're right. Never mind. Yeah, so
Into
it
the
is-
what? Oh, hang on.
Yeah, it's pretty big. It's pretty good.
Oh, hey, look.
It is actually pretty
Also,
good.
why
It is
are
pretty
there are there supposed to be 2 of them?
No, I just fucked up. I was just I did it a second time to make sure it wasn't
Okay,
just
I'll delete
you
one
have to
in a
add
minute.
you have to actually manually add it rather than it just
Yeah.
showing up automatically. Also, Steve, I think it's funny that it's the I rolled my T pretty much a year ago.
There we go. Fixed.
I added him to the vault on the 26th of January in 2017. Now I created another druid. on the
It's funny.
21st.
That's actually the day I started working. Although that was 2 years ago, but yeah, at this job anyway.
It's a big day.
Yeah, I know, right?
I just think
26th of
I think
January,
it's funny.
guess.
There's something about January that makes me roll druids.
It's just time to get nature. Oh, happy 28th and a half, I guess.
Hey, good
I didn't
for
get you
you.
anything.
For you,
I'm
I got you half a present.
I'm 28
Because
and
I
a
hate
12.
you.
I got you 1/2 a present. You'll get the other half later.
What's good hot
Half
springs
of a parrot
episode
shows up in a box on your doorstep. I ate him.
I get
No,
lost
I
in
ate
my
him.
stomach.
I went to Thomas's house into his mailbox and I took him out and ate him. Sorry.
Don't play Feliz Navidad.
he said
Mhm.
Christmas cookies, and I was trying to figure out why I had put a chiptune version of Feliz Navidad into my jukebox for this campaign. I was trying to remember what series of events inspired to make that like
A thing.
the thing that occurred, and then he was like, "Where's my Christmas cookies?" Started playing it. But no, I don't. Desiree didn't do like a massive Christmas cookie send out this year. You could probably guilt her into doing it for your birthday.
Mhm.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Kahamnida.
So,
Kahamnida. I get a robot. It's a robot. I don't want to say.
all right, well, what does it
Yeah,
look like
keep it a
if you built it
mystery.
already?
That's a
Or
good question.
Do we not see it? Yeah. Assuming I see it, what does it look like?
So
What
we're
am I
back
looking-
at the tower, and there's like a thing under a curtain, and I look over at the robot. Is like, hey, you want to see something cool?
Please
No,
tell me it looks
but
exactly
alright.
like Spelulon in every way.
Mini Spellion.
That would be
It's just
amazing.
like 2 feet shorter.
Mhm.
Well, he said no, so now show.
Fucking Hobbit Town music.
You're right.
Where is it? The rhino I wanted, or the?
I need stuff that hypes me up for work. I can't be listening to freaking
Yeah, it's okay. So I pull the curtain away, and what you see is a glorious mechanized rhinoceros.
That's actually
Oh
pretty.
shit!
That's actually
Like,
fairly
size?
dope.
It looks exactly like you, Spelulon.
It really does. You're right. Totally the same. No, that's remarkably impressive.
Like full size?
What are you talking about? I made a giant Spelulon.
It's hit dice.
I rhinoceros. What? I made Spelulon.
I mean,
Of course, we're doing our thing, and I had to.
And then I just look between Spelulon and the Rhino. I'm like, do you not see?
Alex,
Don't
can you turn your
don't
mic
you
down a
see
bit?
how similar they
yeah,
look?
sorry. Everyone's being loud behind me. Hang on.
You are not.
Like I'm just baffled by the question of Aroxine. It's like it's obvious. Like it's clearly Spelulon was my inspiration. I mean, fucking walking, talking robot. Isn't that pretty fucking cool?
I am inspiring, aren't I?
Sure, but I don't know how he works. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to figure out how he works. And all those times we were taking long rests or short rests, I was actually pretending to sleep and examining his body and seeing how he works. No. What's French?
Is it?
At least say drow. At least say what their language is.
Yeah, like at least put in a minimum level of effort. French. It's like that's not a thing.
Yeah, I mean, I took inspiration from Spelulon. I pretty much made it look exactly like him, except for I got rid of those crappy flailing tube arms. Those are useless.
Please do with a
Freaking
giant murder
savage,
horn.
man.
And that's basically it.
It's a large beast. It's large. It's large stuff. I don't know what you
How are
mean.
we gonna get it down? We're gonna have to make a crane.
Does no one here have Featherfall?
Nope.
You just tape the boots of levitation to it.
I can slow fall. I'm not sure that's going to help, but I'm pretty sure something that size
No,
is
you're
going
right.
to be
We'll
over my
tape the
carrying
boots of
capacity.
levitation and the lizard to it.
See, now you're thinking portals. Wait a minute. Why don't we have portals yet? We could use those.
You do. They're in the basement.
I can. Yes, I. Well, I can't make an illusionary. I can make an illusionary wall, and I can make it into other things now. But in regards to this rhino, I can't do any of that. What I could do is cast fly on it, because I have that now, so it could just fly. And then
Ooh, it's a flying rhinoceros! I mean, it's a flying Spelulon.
This is ridiculously pleasing to contemplate. Just
flying rhino.
I am so happy right now.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool, because then that makes the charging a lot easier.
This is a lot better than what I was thinking. Is I would just pick up a big rock and fly and just drop it on my enemies.
Now you can just drop a rhino on it.
Yeah, I'll just cast on Rhino and it can just fall on them.
Not like this.
Not like this. Just wait until I get my druid and then cast haste on the monk and he kills everything.
I thought about taking haste as well, since I can take that, and I thought about casting it on any of y'all, but I decided to
Monk,
go fly.
we were saying that like the monk would be able to attack 6 times a turn if we cast haste on him.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's it. Haste is a big one.
but I didn't feel like our great failing was our capacity to dish out damage. It was everything else, survivability or
That's why I chose.
capacity to do utility stuff.
That's why I chose to roll druid, which will be revealed later. Sometime in the story to be continued. But it's a circle of land druid, has a lot of AoE, has a lot of spells. It also
So
is
will you be-
can be a melee combatant as well.
It's a melee. It's a
Lily then.
Basically.
Okay.
But when I do it, you won't know.
Just to a support character role, which
Should
I
be
feel
like our
like
Q.
works fairly well to begin with because it lets you guys keep the advantage of being able to identify things, and if you really need some crazy magic item crafted.
I also wanted whether if you actually wanted to be able to identify things, that I wanted her, because I feel like that's a handicap to your dungeon. Like, oh, I have this mysterious key. What do you do with the key? And I identify it. Oh, we know exactly what to do with the key. No mystery, no anything.
Well, the alternative is to stand around just sticking the key into random sockets.
Well, I mean, the alternative is he leaves some hints or something like that we find, and then we figure out what the key does.
We never
No.
do that. Regular players are incapable
Never
of that.
fucking do that.
Yeah. So that was one of the ideas. Also, the idea is melee tank to assist the monk who's typically all by himself.
So you're gonna play a shapeshifter one then?
No.
I don't know what that means nothing to me because that's
So
new
there's
to 5e.
there's 2 circles for druid. Basically like a type of druid.
Yeah,
There's
I
also
thought
a
there
bunch
was
more
one
circles.
that had one that had an animal
you
companion,
is.
and
Yep.
the other version was an animal shapeshifter.
No. Incorrect. There's no animal companion.
There used to be an animal companion.
Yeah, they both can shapeshift. The Circle of the Moon gets better shapeshifts, and they can shapeshift more often. And in exchange, in the Circle of the Land gets extra spell recovery, and they also get land-specific spells that are always prepared.
Mhm.
I see.
But yeah, they get natural recovery,
like-
which is a spell slot. You get if you're like a 4th level druid, I think you get like 2 levels worth of spell slots back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I at 6th level right now, I have 13 spells now, not including cantrip.
Yeah, it's. Do you
Yeah.
know what your circle's gonna be?
Yeah, grass.
Grass
Grass.
circle?
Yeah.
Okay. Because that gives you
Visibility.
Yeah.
What's the other one? Pass without trace.
Mhm.
Haste. Daylight. Divination, and
Freedom of movement.
Freedom of movement.
Mm-hmm.
Well, assuming I cast it.
Mm-hmm. It just occurs.
Well, I have to cast it. It's still a spell. What do you mean by that? Oh,
That's what high con means. It's thick with 2 C's. You all know that.
yeah. Everyone knows that. Common knowledge. Anyway, wanna actually play D&D or?
So funny story about that. This is a robot tower, so therefore it didn't
There's no
have any
kitchen.
of that. It was yeah. That's you can repurpose it.
How? Say grace.
Why are your hands turning to snakes, or did I miss something? Oh, okay. I was. Oh! I see. Okay, sorry, I ruined it. My bad.
No, you didn't ruin anything. It wasn't funny.
Jeez. All right.
He's strong as it. Yeah. Really strong. Look at it. You should have just like you live in a park.
Why are you starting with me?
Have a dog. Never be around.
I'm playing Clash Royale. I wasn't working on this at all. I was at the 4 a.m. building the druid. I didn't think about Lily at all. Start with the robot.
They're home alone all day. A lot of times that's my person.
Coach Kelly, Trevor. I'm doing.
Not willingly.
What was? I'm sorry.
It's just a dimension.
So Roboticus' teleporter looks like it. So that was no, that you teleported to. You're not quite sure where. Still, you really had no idea where that was. You knew, however, that the Harbinger was there. So it was.
Well, that is actually quite by some coincidence that I was thrust into this position. You can rest assured that the entirety of the robot realm will be working diligently to oppose this, since it is a threat to them. It's quite disturbing that a robot of Roboticus Maximus's prowess was destroyed in such a manner, but I can only attribute that to his foolishness of eating the mold. Its nature and our nature, well, it devours magic. We're intrinsically magical, all of us.
Better than us? Huh? You think you're better?
Well, I'll be frank with you. In the realm, there are two broad social groups. The majority, which rule in the realm, consider themselves intrinsically superior to all organic life. And then the opposing faction, if you will, iconoclasts, of which I have been branded as one, feel differently. Although what that really means is the nuance of that can vary wildly. Some you may refer, yes. They often refer to themselves as Puritans.
They go into Found America.
Found Robot Erica. I don't know.
Roberica.
Just Robotica. It's fine. I was trying to make it something different than Robotica, but it's good. Whatever.
Yeah, neighboring Robonia.
Rabonia. Right, see, all right. Anyway,
Ravoni.
A
Very
land
interesting.
I didn't
Didn't
make
make
up.
uh, hmm.
It
Well,
is at
see,
this time that the DM would like to remind everyone that robots are not necessarily an intense rarity. They are rare. You don't see them frequently, but people in Idolor are, there are at least a couple tales in each village of just like a robot showing up out of a crazy portal and like ripping a gutter off of a house and disappearing again for no discernible reason. Like, weird stuff happens a lot when they show up. Yeah, sometimes they'll show up and just, blow up a town or something, or
Our kind take what they see.
declare themselves ruler over a small hut somewhere. Yeah, they're very, very a wide variety of things, but people know what a robot is.
interesting.
Yeah, they're not like a total anomaly.
Any
All right.
more than like
Yeah,
that's how I
See-
roll.
it's great.
That's how I roll. I do not cower. Pelion does not cower.
Yeah. Well, it's
I will remind
interesting.
you that I am fully capable of subtlety and subterfuge, as you may recall in the attack on Orin's town. Just before that, when I infiltrated the.
He turned himself invisible, and nobody noticed the clanking noises.
Mhm.
What the hell? I want to call them a coven.
That's fine.
That's fair enough, actually. That's a pretty good descriptor, and you can use it in the future too.
Yeah, I mean,
I actually
I went
don't
in there
remember that.
in disguise and drank.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Now I do remember that.
blood.
Okay.
Yeah, he did. I'd like to say, Zirland pipes up and says, it's interesting though that you mentioned that, Aroxian, because I've taken some notice of some of that, and there are actually definitely been occasions where we have been, as a group, cautious in a way that actually made it worse for us. That I'm not saying that like we should just charge in brazenly all the time, but it does seem like so far fortune has favored bold moves. Perhaps there might be some
Accepting.
value in being a little bit more forward with what we do and say and try to achieve. We do seem to be pretty effective at achieving most of our goals, even if it has been a difficult job.
Excepting in the instance of the dungeon of the beholder, the mini beholder. Forgot the name of that thing. What was that thing called?
Oh, it was a spectator.
Taser?
Oh yeah.
In the dungeon of the spectator, where a certain unnameable person of us ran forward into the darkness to be murdered by Pothis. Whereupon I boldly charged forward to try to protect your body from being raped to death.
Just got beaten with sticks for a while.
Oh yeah, that one was one.
You have a disability. I understand. You're a bit retarded. I don't hold it against you.
Who hasn't been stabbed?
I committed
Maybe you
friend.
should have trusted the cultists a little less, though.
I shared a similar experience upon being ejected here.
Indeed. I think at this point, if any of us were going to do something untoward towards other members of the party, they would have had plenty of opportunities to do so. But really, if you think about it, who would we even betray each other to? Most of our opponents so far have been nightmarish things from beyond with no discernible way to even understand their motivation except in the basest sense. So, I mean, and what personal gain could one of us even get by betraying? Like, we could take each other's items, I suppose, but that's
All of your
seems
stuff is worthless to me.
yeah,
Except
and
your staff of Flesh and
honestly,
Thunder.
most of what I have would probably be mostly worthless to you guys. Like,
Hey,
Except for the one thing.
hey, my robot's probably better than you
At what?
at everything.
Charging into danger? Please send it instead of a Roxian.
Because that's, and I mean, last dungeon also, definitely showed us that Araxian has not lost that particular. He put a lot of points into charge into danger. It's a big part of his talent tree. It's he saw the world's most obvious clever girl ambush and ran face first into it last session. Spring it with your own face.
Just you see a bear trap, put your foot in it, right?
Did you?
God dang it. I got booted out.
I don't contempt you.
Respectful
I
utter.
understand limitations.
Did you say I don't contempt you?
What? I couldn't hear you.
Did you just say I don't contempt you?
I don't hold you in contempt.
I know the common's hard for you since you're not from here, but
Wait. Stop. Wait. Dwarves speak? What?
Yes.
No, I'm quite sure they're quite useless. They are not considered sentient in the realm.
To be fair, I don't think I've encountered any dwarves yet that were particularly helpful. Maybe that one alchemist that was somewhat helpful, mostly by being a turncoat. Was he a dwarf? I don't remember.
Just saying.
I just haven't really encountered that much in the way of dwarves in my life, I suppose. Well, worst comes to, Spelulon, if we encounter dwarves, let us deal with them. I'm sure that there's no need for you to waste your time talking to dwarves.
Yes, Trident group.
Trident group.
Listen, in every RPG I've ever been, it always ends up being Trident something because I say that and then we just.
It's probably Trident LLC, I would imagine. I know I want to limit my liability.
No, and I don't really want to care about that. Right?
I don't negotiate without my
I
lawyer.
was like, of all the things you could be spending time on, I would
We
like
got
to
hours
maybe
go here, so-
maybe not let the accountant start discussing acronyms that go on the end of business names. Like maybe that's a poor choice.
Yes. Well, it does bring up an interesting point, though. It does bring up. Well, no, but see, Araxian, it does bring up an interesting point that what we're doing here, and I don't know if maybe this has been something that's got lost a little translation, but it's clear to me at least is that
Dustin, I was looking for that exact passage. I knew it was in there somewhere. So
is we're in the business of saving the world here. More than that, a multiverse. I mean, we can do what needs done to make sure we get the resources we need to accomplish that goal, but we're here in a way for everybody's self-interest, not just our own, whether you think of it as a protecting your business interests or your futures, whether you think of it as just protecting your own skin. I mean, have we encountered anyone else that seems capable of even approaching problems like these? I mean, we were pulled here for a reason.
Yeah.
Exactly.
stop this.
God
Stop this
damn it.
immediately.
Enough of that. No more of that.
You cut that
But I
shit
don't
out
know
right
the
now.
way. I need to know the way.
It's not know the way, it's know the way.
Yeah. Listen,
Yeah.
I'm not
Do
a
not know
fucking
the way.
Ugandan.
Beat on
Yeah.
them.
But it's we're forging a destiny here for ourselves, and it's important that I think that we keep that in mind when we're looking at questions of why are we doing this, or what should we do, or
I wonder why we're
mean,
here.
yeah, why we're here.
Greatest question. You know, are we just some sort of cosmic coincidence, or are we just?
Exactly.
I don't think we ever actually lived in the forest.
Yeah, the half elves had a small colony or town in the forest of
Oh,
the
so they're your
kobolds.
family again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. Continue to talk amongst yourselves. People.
Indeed. Good. If it is a possibility, I don't think it's something that we can reasonably and in good conscience flee back to our old time before what needs done is done here. It's yeah.
I'm going to get my laundry out of the dryer. I'll be right back.
Okay. Hmm.
Fixing it may cause some sort of time paradox as well.
Yeah. That's true. It's
on the battlefield.
yeah. That's a decision that would have to be made by Lily, of course. But if that is something that she feels that she could be best at assisting us, I mean, then I think we all have to make our own judgment call on where we can best be applied. So that is Agent L. I don't know why code names are necessary, but if that is what we want to do, I don't really have any input I could possibly make on that particular discussion. Whatever you guys decide is best, I will be happy to call you that. No, as to probably the first group of mammals that I've gotten to know well enough to remember their names on a consistent basis, I'll be happy to make the effort to remember what you'd like to be called.
Is he just interviewing? Is he interviewing for a job, Steve?
Dude.
See, this is what I didn't want. See, this isn't even a heart-to-heart. This is just a job interview. It's like, please state your credentials.
Well, I don't know what else I could possibly say or do to make myself seem less dangerous to you. I made every effort.
I'm just a little gnome girl. What are you afraid of me for?
I think we're all afraid of you the most, Lily.
That's just for self-protection.
No, I think I speak with everyone when I say that we're afraid of you the most, Lily.
What?
You're terrifying.
How am I terrifying?
Well, I can't kill anybody from a distance of more than maybe 100 feet reliably. You could blow any one of our heads off from an extremely long distance potentially, without us even being capable of understanding what happened.
What did I miss?
We're talking about why Lily is the scariest person in the group.
I don't share that opinion really at all.
Okay, I agree with that.
I just say, before I got pulled into this whole cultist shit, I'd never killed anyone. Never. Yeah.
That really
This whole experience has been a nightmare. I don't have my family. I don't know anyone. I'm constantly fighting these creatures that I don't even understand. This is not the life I want. She didn't actually laugh there.
Yeah, I know. I got you.
I just want to go home.
Oh.
Mind me, I just pulled my mic stand out of the holder. There we go. Very important moment, ruined by technical difficulties. Wonderful, beautiful.
Uh-huh.
Carry on.
Well,
there we go.
That's like I said. That's a decision that you have to make, Lily. We will do everything we can to support you in your decision.
Well, isn't that special? Jesus Christ, you guys cannot speak.
Words.
Maybe I get mixed up when I'm trying to pull the description for like a building or something out of my butthole. But this is another level. This is
We know Am talk good.
All right. Impossible.
I don't know these big old words you guys out in the cities use, but when I want to talk about how someone looks happy, I just say they look happy. I mean, yeah, because this is what I wanted to do. I only went out into the world to just find more inspiration for my invention. I didn't sign up for this shit. I'm not a hero. I'm just a little girl who wants to run a business.
Fair
Make
enough.
your dad proud. I don't even have a dad anymore. I high five him.
Sad high five. Yeah, that was interesting.
I just want to go home. I don't want to fight these gods. I don't want it. No,
Okay.
not
Okay.
at all.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's fair enough. It's not something that I think we could make you do. So if you don't want to do it, then that is completely understandable.
What about you, Oroxian? What about your resolve for this fight? Are you
For
from
now,
here?
at least.
The region.
Well, and then what? I mean, no, not yet.
I
Hmm.
don't have that magic, so
I
therefore-
don't get that until level 20.
Fair enough. Yeah, Feldel might need to be recolonized from the ground up. It seems. We'll see what happens when we purge this infestation. It's possible that those that are infested could be saved, just via that. Otherwise, well, hopefully that'll be enough. Speaking from personal self-interest.
Oh, I shush you. I shush you, and look at the eye and point at the eye on Lily's. It's like, no, the hags are our friends. We have no problem with them. As I
Yeah.
wink at you,
Yes.
as I wink at you and make a stabbing gesture.
You know, if anything, the eye could see, it can't hear.
I'm blocking it with my hand. I'm blocking it with my articulated arm clamp. But I think it can also probably hear too. I don't know. I don't specifically know, but at least it can't see me making any gestures.
Well, I cast
Right.
identify on it. Can it hear, Thomas?
Yes, it can.
Okay.
It can hear. Yeah, it can hear.
It can't hear it. You know, it does have it has auric and oral listening cast on it. It's what is it? Secret word? No, that was secret word in Pathfinder. What's the mage spell that that lets you listen and speak to stuff?
I'm not worried about it.
Trying?
It's
Whatever.
It's not
Yeah,
scrying.
that.
Scrying is just like a window, and you need
Clear audience or something.
Yeah.
It's clear
Something like that.
something.
Yeah.
Is
In any
clairvoyance
case,
or-
let's go while we're thinking about that. I'm gonna sort of
I'll put
quietly
the
cover
eyeball
it up
in like a lead case.
yeah, put it in a muffled lead box. Done.
Yeah.
So
Inside my rhino's
Okay,
character.
no, it's Lily, it has clairvoyance cast on it. It can switch
has
between
clairvoyance.
seeing and hearing. That's what it is.
okay.
So,
All right.
So,
Well, yeah,
don't
we'll
cover
just tuck
up,
it away.
Just watch what you say.
it looks like the eye closes or opens depending on what it's doing.
Oh, convenient. All right. Yeah, we'll tuck that away for now. Anyway, so after Feldale is saved and we have built up some defenses. Right. And of course, and they would absolutely need to be dealt with. And also there are, I think, more potential allies out there than we think, even if not people that could stand in our place, people that could assist us out there. I think it would be a good move to try to secure some of their assistance, or at least find out who we have on our side in the fight. Thufus being, of course, a great companion and assistance, but he
Great,
is somewhat
yes,
limited
yes,
in his
great.
Mhm.
No, and I definitely need to get a few more spells. Hold on. Out of character. I'm not too sure what the in previous editions you could get stuff like a necklace of fireballs or ring with an extra spell slot or something like that. How expensive or difficult is that to get at this level?
What are you specifically looking for?
I'm looking for something that'll give me like an extra second or third level spell slot, or a first level spell slot would be any new extra spell slot would be.
There used to be like rings of magic or something of that
Yes,
nature
that's
that
what
would
I
give
was
you
saying.
additional
Let
spell
me-
slots.
Necklace of fireballs. Yeah, wands of
Mhm.
fireball, things like that.
Let me look up. There's an easy way for me to figure it out based on my item tables that I have for this campaign. Let me do some cross-referencing. Continue to talk amongst yourselves.
Okay. Yeah. Mm. Mm. That makes sense. Mm.
And perhaps
Mhm.
I want to tell you that when I came here, I had a weapon that, as it turns out, is undescribably powerful for this realm. A trivial device where I'm from, but it would aid our quest tremendously if I could get my disintegrator back. I know it's around here somewhere, but it's been 500 years. I don't know anywhere where it could be.
Disintegrator. Yes. I do actually. And it
It turns my enemies to dust.
yes. To shreds, you say.
No, dust, I said. Dust, not shreds.
Perfect setup too, thank you. No, yes indeed. It something that disintegrates would be quite devastatingly potent for sure. But there are definitely things that we can do, I think, in the future to get ready. If you're still on board with us for the long term, Araxian, we would of course be happy to have you.
When you
So,
say a better
is that
plan than Skyrim
Roxian?
quest log, what? Elaborate a little bit for me.
Right?
So, do you guys want one at a time, or?
So a little more like organized, what you're going for? Mm.
Okay, because a lot of the negative feedback that I received was that it felt too railroady and restrictive, which is like, now you guys should probably start taking care of this. This is fairly important.
Mm.
All right, now that's done. You've got, for instance, this thing. It's like, strike Horth. Here's a laundry list of items to get. Get them, figure out what they are, get them. Good. Now fix it. And the feedback I had received from people was that like that no good lots of things on a quest log good. And so now I'm hearing the opposite, and I'm like, what? So for more context, let me explain to you very, very briefly what's going to happen after you finish Feldale. This is not very spoilery because you're going to learn in like a session anyway, and it's not like I suspect you all knew it was
Not the
coming.
rate this session's going.
Yeah, okay, maybe this delays it a little bit, but so you've got somewhere in here. There we go, a map of the world. You can all see the map of the world. So after Feldale, instead of there's an angry evil god to kill over here. You should probably go get on that. Now it is going to be you have you know how long it is before the seal that's on Tanalor is going to break, and the original ritual is going to get completed. And the older gods are going to show up and start eating everything, like shoveling whole continents into their mouths.
Right.
And that will be
sound good.
essentially 7 years in game. So you have 7 years to figure out how to stop that. You'll have to probably go all over. You'll have to hunt down and kill all the things, or at least try.
Yes.
Right. So there's no immediate time crunch because there's a lot to do. Not only are you going to try and get rid of as many things as possible, because they're going to make it a lot harder when the older gods show up, if they've got their friends here that were supposed to be preparing everything. You're going to have to figure out how to raise an army. You're going to have to figure out how to get, for instance, the 4 kingdoms to work together again. You haven't even started exploring that. You're going to have to maybe broker an agreement between Crown Port and Night Gaunt. Like, there's a lot of stuff that you're going to have to do to get the peoples of this continent, Idalor, to work together to destroy the thing that's going to come and try to eat them.
Yeah.
And you're going to have 7 years to do it.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make the path clear. Because I feel like that's kind of instrumental in helping you guys figure out how you want to play this. And so really the training wheels are going to come off. There's nothing that's going to unless you guys specifically request it, I'm not even going to give you a suggested destination after Feldale.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it'll be up to us as far as to tackle what in what order. No, that's fine by me. Either way is fine.
Let's
but
go to Rollheim. Who doesn't like frost and snow? And
I mean, there's a big old dragon up there.
There's a big old red dragon on the map.
You can just go and enlist his help. I mean, he seems fucking enormous.
Scale. He's to scale.
Yeah.
That's a fucking killer idea.
That's not a large. That's a dragon.
We should go to Borea and eat some bimchi.
Oh God, no! Oh, I didn't even.
Tide dragon.
Yeah, me too. It was instant. It's not. It didn't even stand a chance. I can only see it now. I made that. I spent like a year of my life making this map, and now it's just ruined.
Borea.
Borea, where you can eat bimji and listen to some B-pop. The hit band Burl's Veneration.
Best Borea.
That doesn't follow the joke. The joke was that I replaced all K's with B's, Thomas.
Listen, all right.
It's just all B's now. It's a land of B.
Everything starts with B.
Yeah, right.
But no, that's what's gonna go down.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic. That's what we need. Honestly, what we need is dedication. We can figure out the particulars as we go, as long as we're dedicated to the task. I have every confidence. Possibly misplaced confidence, but every confidence.
Maybe I can hang back and like train your army. Like make a shit ton of guns and just train them all how to shoot.
Yeah, they won't be expecting.
That would be
it.
extremely
So-
helpful.
Support
An
characters are
army
very
gunpowder.
necessary for large scale endeavors.
Mhm.
You've got Thufus. Now
I'll
you can
manage
add
your franchise.
Honestly, we'll probably need a lot of capital in order to fund an army. I mean, these things aren't cheap. So I have no doubt that efforts in that respect will be extremely helpful in the long term. No. Indeed.
Bitcoin's really taking
taking a dive or taking off.
a beating.
Oh yeah, that's not
It is that
surprising.
January drop, which I noticed without even being told about. But this is a big January drop.
11,000, 11.5 right now, man.
Yeah, it went from like 19 and a half in December to like 11,000 again.
Dang.
Oh, Indian banks shut down trading. That's why.
Of it.
Yeah, of Bitcoin.
Wow.
That's what I was talking about before. Like, what if China says, just makes it impossible to trade with them anyway?
They start going.
Yeah.
Their site is.
Oh, I know. If it
actually
goes below
crashed.
8K, I'm selling.
Fair enough. Pardon me. I'm gonna step through here real quick.
Assuming I actually can sell.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you need
All right.
buyers to sell. So.
Now we took the long rest and we went through the portal. Now we're back to where we were yesterday. We're live
Mhm.
session.
Indeed. All right. Then let us begin.
Back to the nightmare.
Yes. All right. Eric, do you want to introduce a character now or later?
No. Told you when I want to do that.
Okay, I wanted to make sure that had not changed since you said like I don't want to do this anymore. So I wanted to make sure.
No, I'm basically in it till this area is safe and then I'm out.
Okay. Roxy or
Thomas, can you do me a
okay.
favor?
Absolutely.
I can't get rid of it for some reason.
What am I getting rid of?
The map of the world handout that you.
I
made
can't
is-
like exit out of that for you. I already exited that on my screen.
Just
Either
reload.
Oh yeah, let me just reload.
Yeah,
Also, you still haven't put that character sheet.
I did. It's in there.
Then I can't see it.
I moved it. Let me hang on. Characters. Oh, it's not. Hang on.
Got him.
It's not in your journal.
That's why.
Can be edited by. There we go. I don't know why it made you do that. You imported it, so why couldn't you? Whatever. There we go. Okay.
Oh, jeez. Now it's being dumb again. Anyway.
So
Are we ready?
Perfect.
Yeah.
uh,
Perfect.
do you want me to
10 out of 10.
not? Now, do you want me to not have gas?
Mhm.
Have you ever been surprised by a fart or a burp?
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Are you saying you've never ever been surprised by a fart or a burp? I think you're just lying.
Not all of us are quite so gaseous.
Why would you cut dairy out of your diet? Oh my god, it's the best thing.
Something like that,
I
yeah.
don't see how this analogy holds up.
All right.
That sounds
so
like a good thing.
Let's get to this.
through the portal. I don't want to hear about digestion anymore. Definitely
So,
not.
are we heading?
I don't talk about any of my internal functions. I talk about how you guys don't make any sense.
You have gone back through the portal. We're right where we left off.
I have emotions.
Oh boy.
Just because you guys
Except
can't
for
read
there's
them
no
doesn't mean
mechanical rhinoceros.
Well,
Theater of the mind.
I can okay, hang on.
I'm writing. Giddy up. Does mounted combat make me have a disadvantage on shots?
Mhm.
Let's
There.
go.
They put the ball in the hands of a black man. They'll never catch it again.
Do you want to also add to characters like a mechanical rhino? Or just a regular rhino?
I'm gonna add that he is a pod person.
Wait, that won't help though, because you won't be able to roll. I still won't be able to roll from the sheet. I'll just do what I did with Mutty and
I mean, I can take and edit it. Yeah.
Yeah, you should be able to.
Give me one moment. Okay.
There, now you know he's a robot because he has a red glowing eye.
That's how that works, right?
That's really all you need. But you should be able to see the character sheet now. Move it over here.
I got it.
Let me just real quick.
Boop. Wow, that's a terrible first roll.
Mhm. Well, good to get it out of the way then. Oh, that's nice. That is super good.
All right. You guys remember the description of this area?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I can.
Jeez, so demanding. That is interesting. Did not know that was a thing. I'll have to look into that.
So the ground is composed of this impossibly fine dust that fades away softly from your fingers as you pick it up, impossible to hold on to for more than a few seconds. There is no sky to speak of, no sun, just this flat gray expanse that seems to meld seamlessly with the mist surrounding you.
Hmm.
Ruins of lost structures, like the broken teeth of a dead empire, jut out of the ground around you. Strange columns and pillars. This world feels simultaneously completely alien and completely dead.
The moon.
That is super ominous, actually.
It's difficult. You can. It's difficult to see more than a few feet in front of you.
Hmm.
Even with dark vision?
There are these thick ribbons of mist.
Ooh, there's. I'm aware. I didn't hear the mist.
Yeah, there's thick, almost tangible fog. If it were any thicker, you feel like you would have to push it out of the way. Some of it is white and wispy. Some of it is black, almost like tendrils that curl around you.
This world, this is the fate your world will see if we are unsuccessful.
Hmm.
That's another thing. Sounds are very muffled. even the rapidly approaching sound of you can't tell if it's footsteps or something rustling through simply rustling through the silt coming closer is very muted. You almost didn't hear it.
All right, well, prepare for danger. And also, yes, that's a good idea that we should do once we're not busy fighting stuff. All right, if we have time, I should quickly actually grab some of my rope, fasten it loosely around my waist, and throw it to the next person in line.
Yes, and in fact, those
I've cast Mage Armor on myself.
Okay, those doesn't seem like they're circling. They're just shuffling around. They seem like they're always just a little bit beyond your range of vision. Sometimes they sound like they're coming from behind a low wall or behind one of these jagged tooth-like pillars sticking out of the ground.
Well, that is a problem.
These may be serpents of the enemy or the insane, ravening, ghost-like remnants of the denizens of this world. Either way, we need to be on guard.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yep, roll it with advantage.
If I had to guess, I'd say that probably means they're also getting advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd Roxanne go?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's easy to you notice that there's maybe about a foot of ground where the mist doesn't touch, just above the ground, where it's semi-clear air. But if you crouch down almost completely flat into it, then it's very difficult for you to either see anyone else or for anyone else to see you.
Interesting.
Only someone had Gus. Well, I'm just gonna stick as close as I can to my rhino, my noisy rhino.
You do notice that even though there is the mist is moving around and very thick, there's no wind or really any weather of any kind. The air is completely still and stale.
Ugh.
In fact, if you stay in one spot for too long, it feels like you exhaust the air in that location, as if it's reluctant to move.
Yeah, this world is extremely dead. Even the air has basically been killed.
So we have to plan a little bit. Is there a teleporter like to go back here, Thomas? Like, how do we get here? How do we get back? Is there clear?
Lily would have, of course, noticed when she punched in the coordinates, a little remote popped out.
Why would she operate the device?
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't she?
She was the one who was tinkering with it in the first place, so I assumed that she operated the device.
Okay.
And she was the one who got
I'm
it
smarter
got it back
than you,
into
that's why.
a semi-working condition.
You can't argue with it. I'm the smartest character in this party.
Certainly not the wisest, though.
Not the wisest, but I'm the smartest.
But that little remote looks like a one-use portal creator that would suck everything within 15 feet of you back to the original starting point.
Oh, good. So we're working on sliders rules, basically, except without a timer.
So we don't need to like make marks in the sand or leave like a trail of shit to follow back.
As long as we're close to whoever has the gun.
To prevent mishap, it would probably be wise to be at the location where you entered in first. Otherwise, there could be some unexpected results.
Ooh.
Unexpected things can be so fun.
Probably not in this case, though. I don't want to arrive inside of a wall.
So you said there's no wind, right?
There's no wind at all.
So we could probably just like draw a line in the sand, really.
All right,
Like,
well, I've got
and occasionally
significant
draw
amounts of wood.
arrows back towards the entrance. So just like,
All right.
since nothing's gonna disturb it.
Can't one of you just mark some scent on a rock or something?
Do I look like an animal?
I'm looking at our lizard here.
Just musket.
Yeah.
I don't know. Not in the way you're thinking, and I don't have musk
seen spiritual
glands. You're
sense.
thinking of a different kind of creature.
You don't taste temperature?
Yeah, but how would that help me?
If
How does that help me lead back to where I was?
you have
Unless it's the
infrared
only
vision,
warm
you should
spot
actually
in
be able to
around.
see through this fog.
I don't have that. Tasting is not the same as seeing. Anyway. Alright, I think, Araxian, since you're by far our best concealed person, I think we need you to lead slightly. Okay.
I'm just drawing a line in the sand. Anyway, that's good enough. As my
Yeah.
mechanical rhino clunks around.
So much for stealth.
Yeah.
Nothing to see here, just a rhino, everyone.
I'm just imagining you made it louder than it had to be on purpose.
Well, I had to emulate my inspiration.
You would swear up and down for the rest of your life that you saw something there looking back at you with a long, black, eyeless face as you turn the corner, but you blink and it's gone. No trace. It must have been your imagination.
I cast detect magic.
Oh, there's some magic, all right.
Everywhere?
It's less like a spell was cast and more of a background count, like passive radiation.
Do I have like a Geiger counter? Do I know is it like clicking more in one direction?
It's sort of it's sort of all around you.
Shit,
The stones definitely have quite a bit. That tower has different magic, but that's probably because you just took a portal to there. That would have splashed some around as you landed.
I can't help but notice that this map is pretty.
You cut out. I didn't.
You cut out there.
I was just saying I can't help but notice that this map tile set were pretty small. To metagame a little bit. Anyway, I need the robot. I think the robot needs to keep up with. We are all tied. We are tied together. So Steve can only move so much. I just whisper. I'm like, just go. I got your back.
It is this was probably once a doorway where you are. It's a small. It looks like you're in the ruins of a building. You can see the remnants of a floor, some pavers in unusual shapes, laid out. Mm-hmm. You may. So this was probably, if you had to guess at it from the way that it's laid out, this was probably a ritualistic place of some kind. Your best guess. It is, of course, completely alien to you. You've never seen anything like it. The architecture is bizarre to you. The Even the way the stones are laid out seems very alien. There's very clearly nothing you've ever encountered that did this.
Okay.
All right. Is what he looked at magical in nature?
It probably
Should I
was
do
at
an
some point.
investigation?
You can, if you want, you can do an investigation.
Would that be history, or
Yeah, that would be history.
is it? So is it? So I have to ask: is it magic?
Is it?
Because it matters for my artificer.
It was very much once magical.
Sorry, I'm trying to drive around here while I'm on a tablet. It's a little tricky.
Also, can you give me sight of the rhinoceros? Otherwise, pain. He's got 60 feet of dark vision.
Give me 1 second.
Jeez, literally everyone and everything in this party seems to have dark vision except me.
It drives me
I don't.
actually crazy.
Welcome to the party I was in with Steve, where I was the only person without dark vision. His whole party was like elves and half elves and dwarves. I'm like, I'm a human. Oh, I can't see anything. Fun.
It's the bumbling human stepping into every wall and over every rock.
I guess my rhino can't fit through this door then.
He try to force his way through.
Oh yeah, he probably could.
There's also looks like there's some the wall is broken on the right.
There it goes. So yeah, this was probably a ritual site of some kind. It could have very well been some kind of, maybe a summoning platform, maybe an alchemy platform. It's hard to discern it. You do see that this is probably part of a much larger complex here, and in fact, looking around you, you see that you're in what's probably the ruins of an old city.
Can I examine
matter of
the
fact,
stone?
a very large city. Yes.
Does the stone look like a stone from our world, or is it like weird? Are there like
no,
weird
it doesn't.
constructions
It
on them?
actually strongly resembles the stone that the tablet is made out of.
Which one?
The one that brought us here, I imagine.
The tablet that you used to bring yourselves here.
Is that like the
The
dark?
map. It was called Solidinite.
Okay.
But as you touch one of the stones, you touch it for only a moment, and it turns to that same fine dust that everything else is made of, and just pours away.
So I guess it's not really all that solid after all.
But it blows away, which is interesting because, again, of course, as you know, there's no wind, no air movement at all.
It's weird.
But it blows away and seems to catch against the shape of something way out in the fog before, of course, immediately dissipating.
See that, Aroxian?
I would.
Yes,
so.
you would have noticed it because you were watching her touch the stone.
I push on a few more stones.
Yeah.
I nod in agreement.
So I touched a few more stones, hoping they'll turn to dust and reveal some more form.
They do. They turn to dust, and again blow away that way.
Which way? This way?
To the east. Yeah.
Do I detect any magical creatures within 30 feet? Well, since you're putting it on the on the map.
I was like, let me just go ahead. Dink.
That's not within.
No, it'd be 45 feet away. And there's a figure. You can't tell if it's robed in black or that's simply its shape, but it looks like it's made of smoke, coalesced into almost a robe or a cloak. Barely a suggestion of human form.
All right, I'm gonna go out and talk to it.
Wait.
You guys get ready. No.
The black thing, yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna. You guys, if it attacks me, I want to get close to it so I can kind of sense what kind of magic it is.
All right. Be extremely cautious, Lily. Nothing
will.
about this place has been good so far.
And my rhino's gonna get ready to charge at it if it attacks me. You guys just be
Is that a
ready, all
prepared
right?
action?
Yeah.
So I move forward like.
I don't know what spell I should use on it. I don't know anything about
So
it.
is it magical, Thomas? 30
No.
feet of me now. It's
So
not.
yeah, no, it is. However, your first initial thought upon getting a reading of it was that it would be undead, but then you realize that that's not correct either, because it wasn't created with necromancy.
Kind of like out of phase.
It's more like an after image or an echo of something.
Yeah, so it's kind of like out of phase. And I say like, "Hello, can you understand me?"
And way off in the distance, coming from where maybe behind the creature, maybe near it, you hear something that says, "Hello, can you hear me?" No, you all hear it, but it sounds like it's almost like her voice bounced off the surrounding walls and got echoed back.
Yeah, I think this thing is just what's left, creature.
Fine, I'll say it in Draconic. Let's say.
Hola.
Yeah, that's not a common language. How about let's say, "Donde está tu burrito?"
The same words that you speak in Draconic after a long pause echo back again as if they're bouncing off the stone in the distance.
Okay. I'm gonna touch.
You notice that it was a little clearer that time.
I'm gonna touch the wall near me and try and get a more dust flying at it. See if I see see it more clearly, and then if that doesn't work, I'm gonna toss I'll toss a copper piece at it.
So 1 second.
Every time she does something to throw things at the more like the ineffable shadow figure, I become more and more certain that something bad is about to happen.
Something bad's gonna happen no matter what. Yeah. I'm trying to analyze the situation scientifically. I'm trying to see if I can communicate with it. I'm trying to see if I can even make any contact with it.
Hold on, everybody. All right,
Mhm.
let's not get too wrapped up into this. We're spending how much time do you want to spend trying to figure this thing out?
Yeah.
Let's.
Do you have?
Let's not
Do you
get
not have?
bogged
Do you not
down.
care at all about the mystery of it?
So,
okay.
It's like, oh, it's clearly a monster. I guess we should just attack it.
There are
Exactly.
limits.
What
There
if
are
it's
limits.
not a monster?
You've already tried to communicate with it. I'm just saying, don't get over fucking bogged down in every detail.
Yeah. That's awkward.
Yes. As Lily disturbed more dust, it went and.
Wow. Okay, that went
What? Okay.
0 to 100 real quick.
All right.
Did we at least get to see before he shoots? Did we at least get to see the response of the coin?
I don't know if we even got that far.
Did you throw a copper
maybe
coin?
we didn't go that far. Well, he said he shot. So I presumably this is. Well, no. I said if nothing happens from the stone, I want to throw a coin at it, and then you saw those things. You're like, oh, I guess I'm just gonna shoot it. Oh, now he's retconning his decision.
It's okay.
All right. Well, I'm gonna throw a coin. Actually, you know what? Instead of throwing a coin, I second guess that. I think Spelulon, maybe you should create it like an illusion out there.
I would happily do that. Would you like me to create an illusionary copy of you closer to it, trying to shake its hand, see what happens?
Sure. I just want it to be something magical out there. I want to see how they respond to magic.
All right. That makes sense.
Make a little lily with some like oddly wavy arms and whatnot, and
Just
there to greet it.
Like right there.
there you go.
No. It's just sort of like a sloppy illusion of just like, whatever I'm like, yeah, it's kind of organic. I don't.
No shit's given.
They sort of all crowd in a little bit, looking at it, and they you see. So looking down before, you noticed.
Oh, god damn it. Everywhere I go, inside there are people yelling. Outside there's now a
It's
car
a good
alarm.
thing I cast that alarm spell.
You're right.
Um,
Dealt with it. Swear to God, cannot escape noise today. Anyway, continue, please.
You see the creatures crowding around it, and as they move, they don't walk; they just kind of trail forward. And you noticed in the Araxian noticed at least in the silt, there are these fine patterned trails that look like almost snake or animal trails through the dust. You see that now; those are being created by their the ends of their shadows as they trail through the silt.
Interesting. So they do have some measure of physical presence, or at least effect on this world.
And they slowly.
Thomas,
Yes.
can I actually roll on? I mean, this is an unusual sort of thing, but it might be something that I might actually know a thing or two about or have heard of. I roll some Arcana or history. I don't know.
Go ahead and roll Arcana.
Damn. Dang, son.
So, well, of course, why would it be anything but this? You know exactly what's going on here.
Got my finger on Fireball.
Whenever something truly cataclysmic occurs, specifically when something is destroyed utterly and consumed, and especially when all the magic gets sucked out of a world, because when all the magic gets sucked out of a world, everything, at least in most mortal planes, relies on magic to exist. Robots do it, humans do it, even though they don't know it.
Birds do it, bees do it. Sorry. Sorry, I couldn't help it. Go ahead.
When all the magic goes away, everything just starts to whiten and fade out like an old photo. If that happens in a cataclysmic event, then just like the detonation of a neutron device on a world, it can leave after images etched into the world's surface, little remnants of what used to be there. These aren't, of course, these are not the souls of the damned, or even, they're not ghosts, certainly, because that would require something of them to still exist. These are just the echoes left after a scream.
Jeez. This whole place is a shadow of itself.
Funny.
That's kinda what I was
It's like
thinking.
the most intelligent party member said that. It's like I already said that before I even rolled any. I guessed.
Truly, you are amazing.
I am. Yeah. Thank you.
All right, moving on. So,
So they probably can't actually really hurt us.
They can be dangerous. It is, they
Looks like they're just throwing a party for the illusion.
they want something corporeal to hang on to. That's, they seek it like like a flatworm looks for food, right? Something.
Or a drowning
Something-
man is a piece of driftwood.
Yeah.
Mm.
Looking
So-
for something to latch onto to give them some sense of corporeality again, just like how Lily disturbed the dust and at least made them made them visible most of the time because something latched onto them and gave them the idea of a physical form once again. So this illusion, and as you look at, they're kind of extending a palm out to it and just sort of pawing at it. As they paw at it, they sort of come away with little chunks of it, and you notice it's the magic of the illusion that they're pulling away from it, and the hand will slowly slip back into the cloak and then come out again and do it again. It's only little pieces. The illusion is still standing, but you notice the magic is lessening little bit by little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I find
I,
it
uh,
terrifying.
Yeah. that
So
is-
they can
disturbing
certainly
illusion.
be dangerous,
Yeah, I am the illusion.
especially.
Lily, I recommend you move away from them.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Is there any reason for us to stay here?
Well, we definitely learned something here, but
You definitely do. Well, you remember why you're here. You're looking for something.
What am I looking for again?
You need the catalyst that's here. You need to go to the place where the thing that should not be got created, wherever that is on this plane.
That's even.
And
I have an idea. A thought, I should say, is if we could isolate one of these things and feed it enough magic or materia to recorporealize to some degree, where it had a sense of sentience again, it may be willing. It'll either be insane or it'll be willing to tell us a little bit more and point us in the right direction of the catalyst. That or try to kill us. I don't know. Either way.
I actually agree. That's why
Yeah.
I didn't understand why you canceled the illusion. I was like, why do you cancel?
Because my first thought, well, okay, look at them. There's 10 of these fucking things. My first thought is that if they eat too much, it's going to make them ravenously hungry here and start attacking us.
yeah, I'm not willing to bank on that when we have to deal with 10 of them.
Got to err on the side of caution in regards to that. So,
and they slowly start to disperse a little when the illusion. Some of them kind of drift a little bit towards you, but not in a particularly menacing way. They just kind of. It looks like many of them just sort of picked a direction and started to drift.
Mm.
Yeah, I suggest we just use like a cantrip, maybe like a produce flame or something like that. Does anyone have something like that?
yeah,
I
well,
guess
I can
not.
make.
I guess it would be
firebolt,
only
or
the
actually,
wizard.
Actually, I could just conjure another minor illusion if I wanted.
Yeah, I wouldn't use spell slots for this. Just use
Yeah,
cantrips.
let's wait for one to get
Oh, well.
further away from the group and see if we can isolate it. Maybe draw it away with a breadcrumb trail of illusion, so to speak.
Yeah.
I can
I make
actually
breadcrumbs.
even just keep infusing copper pieces with like mending or detect
Don't waste
magic.
good copper with like that.
I mean, I could infuse buttons.
Just use some of that gold or something.
I'll use copper instead. And I'll spend some time infusing. Was there a limit to how many things I can infuse? I think
I
there
don't
was.
think so.
Why
You know what?
I'm
For the
I'm already
purposes of this,
casting
there's not.
illusions.
It's not going to break anything, obviously.
It just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Just leave a trail.
I'll just or you could just do the illusion again. That's why I was going to use the coins because it's less obvious that it's magical, so maybe it'd be easier to like lure one away. But either way, I mean, you get the idea. We're trying to lure one away. Let's put something like right here, where, only like that one can see it or something.
That's what I'm doing right here. Got little breadcrumbs, and then we'll just push to this wall, and I don't know.
Makes
Can't really
sense.
capture it.
Yeah.
No.
And even if we did, it would be made of magic, which would probably
which
just
would
attract them to it. Yeah, we want to make, if anything, an anti-magic field would probably be the most effective thing to push some of them away. But
We don't
have that.
either.
Oh. Well, if there's magic, there can be anti-magic. I mean, that just follows.
Anyway, we're trying to lure this one, Thomas.
That one?
Yeah.
Okay.
those dots are supposed to be magical. And
Yeah,
Okay.
the little cupcake.
like
So-
they're either copper pieces infused with magic, or they're his or tiny minor illusions that he's putting
Ooh, a piece of candy.
in.
Piece of candy.
So it follows and it just you
This
see
better not be the James Woods dimension.
no one wants
Good
to go
Lord.
there. It's a
No.
terrible place.
Sounds awful.
You see a hand sort of comes out from the cloak, oddly enough, in sort of the center of its body, as if it's something trying to manifest a hand, but somehow forgot the concept of what hands are.
Mm.
And touches one, and 5 or 6 more arms and hands kind of protrude and start looking around on the ground. As it's now a many-limbed sort of creature, each of the limbs looking a little less corporeal than usual, as it's sort of feeling around through the dust, and it finds another one and consumes it and just keeps slowly ticking forward. A couple of the other ones have kind of taken a little bit of an interest, but aren't.
I will make another illusionary. Thomas, I will make
What is occurring? Also, by the way,
At first, it sounded like with that Austin Powers scene where it's like, evacuation complete, evacuation, evacuation,
Oh no, I was pouring some water.
okay.
And then
We
there
were
was
all
like
like,
some weird like breathing
what?
afterwards.
That sound, yeah, I was like, it's real creepy, and not just because I put creepy music on.
Sorry.
It's okay. I just thought you were able to solve
draw
this.
the other ones away with an illusion, over there.
Okay, so put an illusion over there, and these guys definitely as well. Okay, definitely comes over here. Is it again an illusion, a full size illusion, like a person?
It can. It's just a minor illusion. It can be a person,
Literally,
it can be
make it a tree.
a tree, be a hamburger. I don't know.
Mhm.
Make it look like something appealing. Like I think a nice
Hamburger.
pretty tree would be nice. Just
I
like
like
some
the
semblance of
hamburger.
life.
So the number was 16,000.
I don't like the hamburger. It's not living.
Mm.
But maybe it would remind them of.
It looks like you got 2 of them.
Do you see your times?
All right.
So
Thomas
one-
like it looks like, as if he didn't decide that.
One,
Thomas, further, I can make that thing malleable now. So, if possible, if I can try to get it to like roll away from them, sort of like kind of was on a string and just leading them away.
and they move with it.
All right, good. When they're far enough away,
How long is your range?
I don't know.
Only 30 feet.
I get a variety of buffs. I can always move a little closer too.
Yes. Cool. Robot. No, so while he's doing that, I'll keep feeding him magic coppers.
And now he'll slowly come up this way,
Aw, he
and then
likes me.
kind of phase through this wall. And the other one just goes past. Okay, I was about to say, it does kind of reach out with one of its 5 or 6 limbs for Roxian, and then as he moves away, the arms kind of fold back under the curtain, and it goes back to eating the little enchanted coppers.
Mm.
Is it also devouring the actual physical material as well?
That's a good question.
So what is happening is now that it's closer, you're able to see what's going on. It touches it, and it sort of rubs it with its fingers a little bit. We're calling them fingers. They're long and flat, and maybe they kind of have a claw or a scoop or something on them. It's hard to tell.
Mm.
Be a clamp.
And it just sort of rubs it and then it slowly turns the same grayish, whitish color that everything else in this plane is turned. And as it keeps rubbing it, it just turns to that dust and blows away, even though there's no wind.
Well, that's not cool.
It's certainly
Sounds
not
like it'll rub
ideal.
you off.
I'm gonna try and talk to it again. Hello?
The creature says, "Do you know the way?"
God damn it.
Of course I know the way. I am the queen.
I'm sorry.
I have the finest of Ebola.
I had to. No.
Fucking Jesus. Yeah, maybe.
Um.
Way to ruin.
Oh God. No. It mimics you now, but you can tell it's mimicking you. But it does it almost perfectly. It sounds kind of like your voice. It echoes from the stones in the same way that your voice echoed, which means that the echo is behind it. That's a little upsetting to hear.
I feed it a cheeseburger
Where did you get a cheeseburger?
made of magic illusion.
Okay. As long as it's not a hot dog from a jumpster in New Jersey.
That's a ref.
That's a reference to his backstory. Yeah, believe it or not. Again, it takes it and whatever you conjure up for it, you start to wonder if these illusions of food would be better than real food for it, because it just keeps taking it, and every time an arm comes out and grabs it and pulls it away, another arm sort of emerges and starts looking for more stuff around it. It's got maybe 9 or 10 arms now that are just sort of coming out of the form and retreating back in almost like tendrils.
I take a look over where the other ones are. They're all wandered off, right? They're not all.
They've mostly wandered off, yes.
There's one up there, I think.
Yeah, I'm hesitant. I would hesitate for you guys to hit it with a magic weapon.
Yes, very much so.
If you got a regular dagger, I can give you one off my robe if you need one. I'd be interested.
Thing. You can have my fine candlestick.
Oh, jeez.
No, you can have my fine silver candlestick to beat them with.
I'm at the point where we can't seem to communicate with it. Giving it magic doesn't seem to be making it any more living.
Well,
so just stab it
again. I gave it 2 cheeseburgers. Let's try the diplomacy again.
I roll diplomacy.
What about Hey, what's this your insight skill that uses wisdom? Could maybe somebody with some good insight, maybe insight to see if this is working?
Insight would also work here, actually.
All right, I'll roll insight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm better.
I think the lizard might have the highest.
There you go.
Work.
20 will work.
They got it.
Well,
Apparently.
I have plus. Oh, I only have +3. What? Oh, right, because it's wisdom. Yeah, not in.
Yeah, they actually do have higher wisdom.
I'm thinking of the druid I rolled already.
It is safe to say from this thing's behavior, it's similar to the behavior of any feral animal. Its behavior is like a pigeon in a city that you fed some breadcrumbs. It will do just about anything for more breadcrumbs.
Mm-hmm.
It's not.
Show me the way.
It's not following you because it loves you. or because it's developed feelings for you, it's not your pet pigeon. It just wants more breadcrumbs. Yeah, it may not
How
even be
relevant
fully
that is.
cognizant that you're sentient, or that you're just a breadcrumb machine.
Well, that doesn't tell us anything, Thomas. We already knew that.
Dishwashing thing going on.
I
So
asked,
what
do
are
you
you
know
try-
the way?
Stop that.
Forearm doesn't.
Hey, it might work. Maybe that's his language.
Ugandan.
See you later.
Does my mom owe you money? Yep. Alright, I'll fuck her day after that.
I mean, well, so what were you looking for out of the insight check? Maybe I misunderstood.
What I would like to know is if this thing is becoming appreciably more intelligent to a point where we could convince it or coerce it or communicate it with it in a meaningful manner to do what we set out to do, which is to ask it what the fucking way is. Apparently,
I'm sorry, I was just kidding. Yes, little by little, it looks like it won't ever get to what I would describe as sentient.
Yeah.
It won't be able to talk. It might be able to understand you, but then again, it probably didn't speak your language in the past. But if you had maybe something similar to the magic that the catalyst would have had, a piece of something, then it very well may be able to show you another thing from that.
okay.
You
With that
could
in
probably
mind,
use some rudimentary charades to explain what you need.
I can also use comprehend languages so I can understand it, even if it can't easily understand me.
Right.
The only linebacker.
And I have that prepared now.
Ever plays. It's just like every time. It's just like.
We may require some interpretive dance.
That's things that if you think a team is.
Of course.
Do we,
Why do I live in this world?
Listen, man. Have one more on there.
I was gonna say, do we still have the,
It's 22 tokens, 11 on each side, right? So yeah.
Go ahead.
If you're going offensive, you're like,
God dang it. Everybody here is so loud. Every time I step inside, they're so loud. No, it's.
do we still have the anathema for the first guy?
Well, you gave it to the monks. It lost most of its purpose, but you gave it to the monks.
Because that'd be really good. We have mold, right? Someone has mold in the jar, right?
Got
I
some
do.
mold in the jar.
I have a
That'd be an
sample of that.
interesting experiment. Give the magic consuming shade the magic consuming mold and see what happens.
That would be. I don't know if that will help us.
I'd say do it.
I don't think we should do that with the mold.
Why not? What's the worst that could happen? We could just teleport away.
It destroys each other, and then we've wasted 20 fucking minutes of trying to get this thing to be useful to us.
Or we can always get another one, just time skip. You just be like, Thomas,
Okay.
we do the same thing with another one.
We can also then we can just do that then. I can throw the jar of mold at one of these things and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
There's a one to the north of us.
There's some things in your inventory that you haven't looked at in a while that maybe not everybody can, because some people took them for themselves way back. This is stretching your guys' memories here a little.
I have a vial of holy water, a set of bagpipe.
Please feed it the bagpipe.
It's the bagpipes. I knew it. I play the bagpipes. We could probably pull out the tome. That might give off the same kind of magic. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Possible.
I don't have that. I don't know who has that.
The same as what? Yes.
Might have what? You cut out for a second to me.
Here we go. Show to players. He's had these in his pocket since the first session.
When were you gonna tell us about this?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Typically, when someone keeps something secret, it doesn't come up until they confess.
But here we are.
Well, so I want to see. Are you like holding it out for everything to see, everything and everyone? Can I have one? Hold it. I'm gonna cast Identify on it.
Okay. There's a whole bunch of magic going in here. The school of magic is Eldritch. Which is a school of magic that you know nothing about.
That's true.
It's completely different. It's new. You didn't see, not even the things that should not be were using magic like this has magic in it. Yeah, if this was created, it was created by something else. But there are three. From the little markings on the bases, these look like they might be part of a set.
Do they look like they fit together?
They look like they fit into something more so.
They kind of look like game pieces to me, actually. Well, the one I
Mhm.
saw.
Like a piece or part of a scene.
And then I go, Roxanne, hey,
Interesting.
I point behind him. I'm like, look over there, real quick.
Definitely.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say first I roll persuasion.
Oh Lord.
Well,
Well,
while he's considering why I did that, I show the Wraith the stone, and I'm like, do you recognize this?
The Wraith immediately attacks you. No, I'm kidding. The Wraith eats a Roxian.
Yeah, hell, that was
As I
short.
do this, I move forward and I move the rhinoceros in between me and Roxanne.
No,
Buy me time.
It becomes visibly excited. It starts to shake and tremble a little bit. Grows 6 more arms that then retreat and sort of replace. Its arms are kind of a halo around it now, almost in the back of it, sort of moving. Sometimes they look like rudimentary wings. Sometimes they're all protruding out of the front of it. Sometimes they come out of its face. They're sort of reaching and retreating back in. In some, it's not agitation. You would almost classify it as excitement. And then it flits off to the east, leaving those little trails behind.
Well, let's follow.
Well, let's follow it.
All right.
It has a shade gas. Flies off. It's like all the other men in my life.
Well, and so there are lots of you realize that this is becoming a little treacherous here as you step out away from the relative safety of that foundation where you were standing before onto the open silt flat. The area that would have comprised maybe the city's streets didn't hold up, or open grounds didn't hold up nearly as well as those foundations did. Each step you sink a little bit, and it's ever so slight. It's ever so slight an effort to pull your foot out and continue forward. Like walking through a sand dune almost.
All right.
Someone like
What is that sound?
But you can see that there. Whoa.
that's what he was making all that noise for. That.
Yes.
Why are you people like this?
I don't know.
That's a fantastic question that I don't have an answer to.
Jesus. All right.
Just tracing my path.
So you see its little shadow tendril trail leading off to the east. But there are other shadow trails, kind of invisibly being traced along the ground by what must be a shadow creature or something else similar that you just can't see right now. It definitely seems harder to see their physical forms when they are. It seems harder to see their physical forms when they're out on flats like this.
Well, I'm just holding the statue out in front of me, hoping that that'll just make them all run. Run before me, flee!
And you notice the statue is casting sort of an uncomfortable blue light. It's a sky blue, but it has tinges of some other color that you can't quite
Can
put
I
your
look
finger on.
through the Haggai again?
Yes, it shows you absolutely nothing. And in fact, that eye is sort of spinning around inside of its little holder.
As if it's not connected to its origin magic or something.
Probably, that's a safe bet.
By the way, this would be an opportune time to get rid of that so they're not watching us all the time, even though it is a useful tool.
Yeah, we lost it in a plane somewhere not of this world. Sorry.
Why? They won't know any better. They can only make assumptions. I don't think that would change if we lost the eye. I'm just saying, if we actually want to get rid of them, we'll need to get rid of this eye.
I want to say we can always come back here and do it later. Like, it's not like we have limited uses of that teleporter. I don't think we can come
back here. We can only use that particular map portal.
Did it look like it consumed the map?
Did it? What happened with the other one?
It definitely decharged that map. You would have to find some way to
plug it into an outlet.
You would have to find some way to charge it back up again.
It's also assuming it would actually be safe to come back here. Our mere presence could be drawing more of them in, slowly but inevitably.
Very possible.
All right, so while we've been having this conversation, have we lost track of the trail of the one we were tracking? Is that where you were implying with all the... Well, I was asking if that's what he was implying. He was describing, like, trails. But Tom is replying to me.
I'm sorry, I was looking at a stat sheet. What's going on?
I was asking, did we lose track of the one we were following, or is...
Yeah, you can see its trail. It'll be probably a survival check to try and make sure that you can continue to discern it from the other trails and make sure you don't get lost in the shifting silt.
It's not me.
Anybody else want to try and roll for survival here?
Yeah.
Or assist with survival? Which would have given him advantage.
Oh, I actually have. It's been so long since I had to look. Oh, that's better.
Yeah, either way.
There you go. Yeah, basically the same. So you're able to track it for it it feels like a long time. You're not sure how long it feels like. It could have been 45 minutes. It could have been 5.5 hours. But it's because there are no features, except every once in a while a jagged tooth-like structure will loom out of the fog. And you'll pass by it. Sometimes you swear it's the same tooth. Sometimes it looks completely alien and different. Once you pass a ruin of what might be a vast tower. You pass the base of it, and it stretches up an indeterminate length up into the sky. Just a massive spire. You have no idea how you didn't see it off in the distance before. But you can, looking up and up and up, what must be 1,000 feet into the air. You see that it looks like it's broken off at the halfway point. You see in the distance these bases of other spires that look sort of similar to it. They have almost a hive-like structure.
Interesting.
Do we see any doors?
No, but it is starting about 100 feet up, studded with these small holes that a person could fit into.
I touched the tower.
So the part you touch crumbles to dust, just like everything else does when you touch it here.
Well, that doesn't bode well.
Not especially, no.
How it's kind of it could be hard to get into the tower. Just crumble.
Yeah, and in fact the markings go around it. Yes.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll another survival check.
Okay.
Thomas, if I used my boots to get a advantage, would that?
Oh, there you go.
We needed it.
Would it be safe to assume that the dust is flying east as well, and also heading toward wherever the shade's heading toward? Maybe it's being drawn to whatever still remains here.
Yeah, it's as you look. There's you see what looks like you see it in little flickers, like almost like a firefly way off in the distance. There's a faint light that you see every once in a while, like turning off and on again. But it's growing closer. It provides you something to orient yourself by when you're paying attention. Probably because you rolled so high on survival, but it provides you something to orient yourself by, which is it really highlights the shifting and meandering pattern that the shadow was taking to get there. Where it looks like it's very specifically avoiding certain parts of the terrain that close inspection reveals maybe are a little different.
Right.
In fact, when you put an experimental foot on one of them once, it crumbles away just like the stone crumbles away, except it crumbles almost in nothingness, and there's just sort of a black fractured abyss below. Except when you look down into the small holes you created, you just see more of that same blank light gray sky, like that's above you. You start to wonder how thin this world has gotten.
Jeez.
Almost like it was hollowed out.
Damn.
Like
Well, if you're going to tell me a place was consumed, that's one way to put it.
Like when you suck the egg out of an eggshell, almost.
Yeah.
Is what it reminds you of.
Well, shall we continue on then?
Mm-hmm. And you continue on, and then you've gotten far enough that the map changes.
Mm-hmm.
So you, after a long while, you arrive at where you saw that. You swear you saw that light coming from. It's dark now, but you think to yourself that if there was anywhere on this plane that something like what you're looking for could have been, this looks like it could very well be it.
least we're getting close.
I can't see anything.
Yeah, it's still pretty black.
There must be some sort of magical darkness.
Let's attack the darkness.
I
That
attack the
always works.
darkness.
It always
I don't
works.
see any of your guys' tokens.
Magic missile.
They haven't. Nobody's dragged their tokens onto the board yet.
I did.
Hold on.
I'll be anywhere. Here. I'll just explore the whole map.
That's what I did.
Woo woo.
You guys know you
Got
can
it
drag
all.
yourselves onto boards, right?
Yeah, but like, where?
Anyway.
Actually,
yeah.
yeah, so there you go.
If you're good with
Nice.
anywhere, I'll just put it anywhere. I'll just explore the entire map.
Some-
Okay,
Oh, that's
arrive
weird.
in the west. Arrive in the west center. There you go.
Too late.
I'm looking at this Stonehenge-esque sort of arrangement.
Mm-hmm.
Where
Mhm.
did the spirit we were following go? Or shadow?
You're not sure where he's gone, but he's definitely around. You can see his tracks all over the place here.
Be wary of it.
Indeed.
I have my candlestick ready.
Hmm.
Truly interesting.
Do the stones here appear more solid than?
Yes, they do. These stones in particular, made out of a different rock. They're not that same silty material. They're almost calcified.
Is there one I can pick up and take with me?
Yes, there's one loose on the ground.
All right, I take it. Better note that, I guess. Maybe we can use this to, if we ever need to return here, or for some reason.
Perhaps, yes.
Can't see any flaw with that reason. All right. Is this like a well in the middle, or is it like a sacrificial pyre? Almost.
It looks like an altar.
I was wondering about that.
Looks like a blood altar sacrifice kind of thing. It doesn't look nice.
It doesn't necessarily have to be a blood altar.
Well, I suppose you could use water, but where's the fun in that?
Mhm.
And in fact, one moment.
You know, some people don't do dark magic constantly.
I mean,
There's some people whose magic is to preserve life.
I don't know. That sounds boring. I'm only joking, of course.
And of course, there's some. Be a little bit larger. There we go.
Ugh. Ooh.
Oh, that's part of the altar.
You can't. Yeah, you can't quite tell how deep that basin is, or well, or altar, or whatever it is. It looked. It looked shallow.
Do
at
you not
first
know?
glance,
Mhm.
but when yeah, it looked shallow when you looked at it, like it was just going to be a small bowl. But when you look into it, you see that it actually goes down quite a ways, and there's just that blackish mist, like smoke after a firework has gone off.
Oh, great! Thanks, Chrome, for crashing.
Like smoke after a firework has been set off, spiraling from it. You really have no concept of how far down this might go, if it goes down at all. It does remind you of something, though.
You'll have to remind us.
Yes, it reminds you. It reminds you very much of the ritual setup that you saw. That was the last thing you saw 500 years ago before you were thrust into the future. This looks very much like the place where that ritual was completed. Of course, this is on a different plane, and that was a long time ago.
So let's just jump in.
All right.
Don't.
To YOLO.
YOLO.
It doesn't look like you can jump into it, or maybe that you should jump into it.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna go with we definitely shouldn't jump into it.
Throw a rock into it.
I throw a rock at him. No, let's.
Do I detect magic around? So maybe some sort of
there-
object
it's
emanating magic.
It's magic. Yeah, there's something in there.
So we need.
I'll take
the
a closer
catalyst.
look.
We need a catalyst. The catalyst here.
Mm-hmm.
What could that be?
Could someone
anything.
shine some light into it? Maybe?
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking. I don't have a light source on me for some reason.
All right,
though.
I lean over it and turn on my lamp.
Yeah,
which is
please,
already
thank
on.
you.
It's difficult to penetrate the light or to penetrate the darkness, but there's definitely something in there.
Who wants to go down and grab it? Maybe the robot
I
who
use
can
Mage
fly.
Hand
Ooh, Mage Hand's a good idea.
instead of jumping down there to my fucking death.
You
maybe.
can fly. You can, yeah, but
I can
levitating
fly.
in this situation, levitation is practically flying.
I
There's only two.
I
There's only,
can
it's a
fly.
two-dimensional area. He is also a wizard. He has to spell fly.
One day I'm gonna cast it on myself and leave you fucking people to die.
All the more reason for you to give those boots of levitation to someone else.
Somehow I just don't see that happening.
I can cast fly myself, but you know I like to have the boots just in case. Okay. So he said he's gonna use Mage Hand to grab something. Is there something? Does he have to actually see something to grab it, or could he just be like, give it a random order, like feel around down there and just pick up anything you feel? It's only a 30-foot range. Well, it could be.
It is, it is surprisingly and physics-defyingly about 25 feet down. There's something in there. As the magic touches it, you notice a couple things happening. So, first and foremost.
Hey, anybody look below behind south? Look south. You see that? You see what that is? It looks like it's a
I was gonna say it looks like it looks like the lower jaw.
teeth. These are molars. These are fangs.
That's a lower jaw.
Wow, that you are very, very correct.
Yeah. All in the shadows. But man, look at those. Look at the size of this thing. What was
Jesus
this?
Christ. Okay.
We got problems too.
Yeah.
And
What do we want to do here, guys? These things are approaching. They haven't been dangerous to us yet, but they